Nice.
Alright. Okay, folks, can you hear me okay in the back? Everybody hear me? Hello? These voice-activated microphones, guys, they have to be up close to your mouth and speak up just a little bit.
Hi there. Hey.
Okay, now everybody can hear me, okay?
Yes.
Alright, my name is Joe. We're going to go see some gorgeous country, have a good time, and I talk quite a bit as we go along, tell you about the geology, point out some landmarks, talk a little bit about some of the early pioneers. But if you have a question or any concerns whatsoever, feel free to interrupt me when you have to, okay? And has everybody flown helicopter before?
No.
Alright, for those who have not, they're kind of like a magic carpet. You sit here, they shudder and shake, and then they levitate and float away, okay? With that said, let's get out of here. Sedona traffic, helicopter 50 Foxtrot will be departing Alpha 4 Sedona. Will be southwest bound. Alright, see if we can get to levitate for us.
Wow. Oh,
You got a good breeze there.
cool. Whoa! Hi.
Okay, I'll start by telling you all this pretty red rock out here is basically sandstone. It is made up of silica and iron oxide. And the ingredients were contributed by volcanic activity millions of years ago. Those ingredients were dumped into an inland sea that occupied this area. And eventually made into sedimentary rock. All this high country all the way around us was underwater at one point in time. And once that sea got to the point where it could sustain plant and animal life, then as the little plants and animals died off, got lots of minerals contributed and wound up with some beautiful limestone formations, which we'll see as we go through, go up over the mountain and through the passes here. The limestone is not really all that visible from the ground level, but up in the air it's really nice, very pretty. Anyway, what you can see above the ground right here in the Sedona area, actually in this whole area, it represents about 240 million years of geological development. That's Oak Creek down below, a little swimming hole there. And this big structure here to the left front is Cathedral Rock. Take lots of pictures, you'll see things in your pictures that you didn't see when you did the trip. A lot of times we see hikers in that, yeah, there's one up there now with a white shirt on in that flat spot. That big formation right in front of us is called Castle Rock. Out to our left front here, across the valley floor. That big structure there is appropriately called Twin Buttes. On the far right end of the Twin Buttes, you can see two structures there. They're called the Twin Sisters, or the Two Nuns. And we'll get a little lumpy air as we go along through here, over the ridges. Out to our right is Bell Rock. And to the left of Bell Rock, that big flat top structure is called Courthouse Butte. Now, just about everything we fly over today is going to be part of the Coconino National Forest. Within that forest, we'll fly over a couple areas that are actually wilderness areas. You can see the chapel in the rocks down to our left. here, down low there in the valley floor. Got a little structure called Submarine Rock. Got its name from Walt Disney back in the 1930s. He was here filming a movie. The more of that lumpy air, I'll tell you. Been uncommonly warm today for some reason, and kind of adds to the updrafts and everything. So, big mountain right here in front of us is Lee Mountain. Mr. Lee was an early pioneer, and he was in the timber business. He cut the big pines up on the mountain, drag them down, cut them into timbers for the mines and building materials for the local natives. And the big mountain on the left over here is called Munn's Mountain. Mr. Munns was a cattleman. In fact, he and his wife and 4 kids drove 20 head of cattle all the way from the state of Oregon on horseback with all their earthly belongings, and came down here and started ranching business back in 1876. They went on to become one of the more prominent families in the Arizona history. I like to bring folks up on top of these mountains because we do see elk up here and other wild animals. There's one elk right down here. A shadow went just over the top of it. Just standing down there, the elk. Brown. Yesterday there was about 25 elk up here on top. They may have moved on to the other mountain. But the other reason I bring folks up here is for the nice panoramic view you get back out over Sedona. The Sedona landscape out there. At Lee Mountain and Munn's Mountain are virtually landlocked islands. They're very steep on all sides. One small land bridge behind that big ridge out in front of us that gives the opportunity to walk across from the main rim onto this mountain. It is a wilderness area, and the only travel on here is restricted to either hiking, horseback riding, or bicycles. You can't use any kind of powered equipment. Now, I want to make a slow turn here so the gentleman on the right can get some pictures. If you like this nice view right out through here. Yesterday there was like 25 head of cows and calves over there, babies. And on this side there was a group of 13 bull elk, the males. Only one small water hole on top of this mountain, so when it gets low, a lot of times they'll go back over on the main rim. And when I speak of the rim, I'm talking about all this high country out to our left, out to our front, in fact to our right. All part of a geological feature known as the Mogollon Rim here in Arizona. And it stretches all the way across the state. In fact, it is just that, a rim that separates the high mountain country from the low desert country. Alright, get your cameras ready when we cross the rim right here. See a beautiful view. This is called Marijuana Canyon. Yeah, Red Rock 1 and Marijuana Canyon, northbound. They call it that it took them 11 years to build that road. And they finished up in 1891, and when they finished it, it cut 4 days off their cattle drive, so saved them a lot of money. Big mountain out in front of us there is called Wilson Mountain. Mr. Wilson was another early pioneer, and he was a bear hunter. So anytime the ranchers or the homesteaders had problems with bears coming in and reading their livestock or what have you, they'd contact Mr. Wilson, and for a small fee, he'd come over and dispose of the bear for them. But you've heard the old expression, you know, sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. And unfortunately, that's what happened to Mr. Wilson. He was killed by a grizzly bear on the backside of this mountain. Big structure right here to our immediate front is called Steamboat Rock. And look at the traffic, bumper to bumper. Now that big structure way out there on the horizon is called Capitol Butte or Capitol Dome.
Sedona traffic helicopter, Red Rock 2 departing the Alpha Taxiway parallel 21.
Sedona traffic helicopter 50 Foxtrot, free to the northwest, inbound for landing, parallel taxiway, runway 21. That pretty much concludes the tour, guys. This is the shark fin out here to the right. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got lots of nice pictures. Sure appreciate you flying with us, and hope you'll come back and see us again someday. Take the tour up through the canyons up here and see the old Indian dwellings next time you come out. It's not that much more, and it's a 25-minute flight. You see a lot of old Indian dwellings. Most of the ones that existed down at lower levels like this, being so accessible for the public, have been totally dismantled and completely vandalized over the years. But up in the canyons, a lot of them are still very much intact. There's really some pretty ones up there. When we get on the ground, guys, if you would, please just keep your seats and don't open the doors. The guys let the ground crew do that. That way if something breaks, it's not their fault. These doors are about $11,000 a piece. When the guys get everybody out of the helicopter up front, then they will invite you to come back to the front of the helicopter and have your picture taken in by the helicopter if you'd like. Not mandatory by any means, but if you'd like accommodate you. Thanks again, guys. Hope you have a great time here and a safe journey home. And hope you come back to see us. Well, what do you think of this helicopter flying now?
That was awesome.
Uh-huh.
That was awesome.
It sure beats walking up there, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little warmer today than it normally is up here.
And there's nothing like seeing Sedona from the.
But
There's nothing like seeing Sedona from the air.
you're right, yeah. But yeah, the next time you come, do the trip, do the one up through the canyon. We actually go all the way up to the top of the rim and go down through the canyons. You see a lot of Indian ruins, and you see a lot of history on the Indians. Yeah, it's a whole